In the case of the Inwood Library in particular, I think that there's really three main principles: organize, organize, organize. And people need to get organized around a set of agreed principles, and and then do everything possible to advance your agenda. Um, Use every tactic in the book, and that includes legal means, threatening lawsuits, that includes civil disobedience, that includes building your alternative institutions, organizations that are powerful enough to block things or to make things happen that you want to happen. And it really has to occur from the bottom up, but you have to have allies at all levels. Good community organizers know who they can go to in city agencies, who will provide them information or maybe even give them some quiet support. People have to know who they can go to, and they have to know how to approach the elected officials. Always with the understanding that the elected officials are there temporarily and that they have their own agendas and that it's important for them to look like they're supporting you, even if they're ultimately not going to do that. And even if they come from a history of organizing themselves and have shown themselves to be good organizers, once they get in office, their agenda changes. And so I think organizing, grassroots organizing is really, there's no substitute for it. If we're going to have communities, then that's the foundation for the communities, is people organized, informally and formally at the local level. It's a city of 8.5 million people. It's so difficult to have citywide organizations. But there are citywide organizations, and many of them are allies of neighborhood-based groups. And so it's also important that we know who we can go to about every one of the specific issues, whether they're, nonprofit groups that have knowledge about housing policy, transportation policy, always understanding that the citywide nonprofits very often are compromised because of their engagement with the city agencies and city policy. But they have important information, and many of them come from the community movements themselves. So it's really complicated, and you have to work at many different levels, and it has to be ongoing organizing. Our generation, my generation, that started as organizers, has to work with the new generation of organizers, because the communities are diverse in age, ethnicity, race, income, and our organizations need to be diverse as well. So that's my story. It's very simple. Organize, organize, organize.